friends, welcome back. I'm really sorry. Also, I don't know if this is working. It's not. Okay, so a few things. First of all, I know I said I was going to come back just after Christmas and do the Animal Crossing tour. I'm going to do it, I promise. But a couple of things happened over Christmas. Should we go big screen? I think we will. So a couple of things happened over Christmas. Nothing dramatic, but I brought all my Switch stuff downstairs so that I could play Hogwarts Legacy, which was a really exciting gift that I received on Christmas Day. But I lost a lot of things. When I say lost, I mean misplaced. I mean, first of all, I don't know where my controller's gone. It's somewhere in the house. Second of all, my headphones. I'm using these headphones that I stole from my son because I can't find my headphones anywhere. Also, my dock was all plugged in and stuff downstairs because we were playing Hogwarts together. So it was just like, you know, so many barriers to entry. So many barriers between me and actually filming something for this channel. Anyway, I'm here, I'm back. I'm slightly off kilter, but I did, before we get into the Animal Crossing of it all, want to talk about Palia. Palia? I've heard it both ways. But I want to talk specifically about this game because this has been the game, I knew I was going to play a lot of it once the Animal Crossing thing was over, once my Animal Crossing Vlogmas was over. I knew I was going to be able to dedicate time to playing this game and I was going to kind of get into it. And it's the only game pretty much I've played since Christmas. I've so enjoyed it, and because I've never played an MMO of any kind before, I wanted to share a story that I wrote for my blog. Because I think there might be some of you out there who you would love this game, but the fact that it's an MMO, the fact that you kind of got to play with other people, that might not be for you. So this is kind of like a video essay, which is a weird combination with a gaming video. Think of it like a podcast. I've always been a gamer. I'm not kind of like a Call of Duty shoot 'em up kind of gamer, which you'll know if you watch any of my other videos, but I've always kind of had the latest handheld, usually the Nintendo of choice. And I've at this point been playing The Sims for more than 20 years. A few years ago, thanks to lockdown and some well-timed releases, Animal Crossing, the term cozy game was coined, and we finally had a good name for the genre of games that I, and I know a lot of you, have always gravitated towards. I've spoken a lot over the years about my love of gaming as an escape from reality and how it's one of the only things that allows my overactive brain to really switch off all the background noise, and it lets me kind of relax into it, not think about anything else. And it's because of that I don't really enjoy tension and combat. For example, Zelda, I do a lot of roaming and side quests and just wandering the hills and the lands, and I love that part of Zelda. But I get that that's not actually what the game is, and there's a lot of the game that I don't delve into because it's just not my kind of thing. So because of that, I've avoided many of the MMO games that have been particularly popular since 2020. Things like Fortnite, that is very social. I didn't really want to get into it because I didn't want the tension and the stress of playing with other people, especially strangers. So a friend of mine recently pointed me in the direction of a free game, enter Palia, that was set to launch on Switch called Palia. It had all of the boxes ticked for a cozy game: farming, fishing, foraging, relationship building, and it had that Zelda-like feel to the world that was really appealing, but it was an MMO. After watching the trailer, and it was free, so why not, I decided to give it a go. And although the gameplay was enjoyable, I soon realised that the multiplayer gaming wasn't just encouraged, it was necessary to complete the quests and progress through the story, which it is. You kind of don't have to, but you do. Now, there are no deadlines in Palia, so I thought I would play casually, get in on my regular side quest action, and just enjoy the other elements of the game, since I didn't really intend to run down strangers on a server to play with me, and I didn't think that I'd have enough people to kind of gather together. Just the kind of stress of having to do something alongside other people, it's not for me. There is a chat box in the corner of the screen, and I usually keep that closed, just kind of out of the way for distractions. I kind of like to play as a solo person. But one evening I was playing, it just randomly popped up. There were some flow trees on a hillside. Who was coming to chop them down? I looked at the map. I wasn't too far away, so again, why not? Cut to a solid 10 minutes later, and my horrible sense of direction and the most irritating layout of that flipping beach had me further away than I had been to begin with. I checked the chat. People are saying, "Are you almost here?" That's stressful. This is what I like to avoid. At that point, I'm like, ugh, no. I was about to throw in the towel when someone asked, "Shall we start?" As in, everyone's waiting around for this random person and she's not here yet. Shall we just start chopping the trees down? And another person replied, "Wait for Michaela." I don't know where I was at hormonally that day, but I am not exaggerating when I tell you I could have had a little cry. Even recalling it now, I'm welling up. Wait for Michaela. I eventually made it there. We chopped the trees down. I got the resource you can't get without working as a team, and everyone said thanks, and everyone left. I have no idea if those people knew each other, but none of them knew me. Since then, I've seen it happen multiple times. Everyone gets to the area. They absolutely could go ahead, get their goods and leave, but they let people know where they are. They wait. These little avatars of strangers from all over the world stand around in virtual forests waiting for other strangers that they will never see again so that everyone can benefit from the resource required for the game they're all playing. I think we can all agree that the internet often feels like an unkind place. It's made people mean, and it's made them too comfortable verbalizing that meanness. This is such a tiny, tiny fragment of something, but it's a fragment of kindness, and it truly made me feel wonderful. So thank you, Singularity 6, for creating this game, attracting the loveliest community of players, and restoring my faith in humanity one flow tree at a time. I truly have absolutely loved playing this game. The element that has involved me having to play with other people hasn't been anywhere near as stressful as I thought, and it really does feel like community building. I actually saw, weirdly, something on Reddit about people not wanting to invite other people to these flow tree groves, and was it that bad, and were they being selfish, and blah blah blah. And it was kind of interesting to me because that's not what I've experienced at all. And like I say, it's just kind of restored my faith in people. I know it's such a minor thing. It's just a video game, but it was... The police might be coming for those people that weren't sharing the information about flow trees. It really, really touched me. When I sat there and saw... I'm like, we're watching The Office. It's late at night. I'm playing my video game. My husband's probably asleep on the sofa next to me. And I'm trying desperately to find where these people are. And someone said, "Wait for Michaela." This person didn't know who I was. I don't know. Those of you who play MMOs all the time will probably think nothing of that, but this was my first kind of foray into the world of like a server drops you in somewhere and you play with complete strangers, and it made me feel good. It made me feel good that a stranger wanted to wait to let me get this stupid made up resource. It just was like a real kind of heartwarming moment. And I wanted to share that, and I wanted to share that this game is perhaps different to what you think it might be. If you see the reviews or even like gameplay and you think, I'm not into necessarily having to play with strangers, it's not what you think it's going to be. It's not stressful. I think the gameplay is really, really fun. It's buggy. There are some glitches that are irritating, but I'm sure that there'll be patches that will solve that over time. But the stories, the characters they've got in the game, everything is really, really great. And I'm really enjoying it, and I'm excited to see where it might lead. So yeah, I'll come back soon with some proper actual regular videos, but I wanted to share this because I'd written that for my blog. I've been playing this game a ton since Christmas, and I thought the chances of you guys ever seeing that, the chances of anyone ever seeing that are low. So I want to share it here as well. But yeah, Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.